Did you just wake up to an unexpected IRS deposit? You're not the only one. Thousands of Americans woke up this week to discover unexplained deposits of $9,700 in their bank accounts. And the most astonishing part is, it's not a scam. This is a genuine IRS mistake that they have officially admitted to. And the most astonishing part is that they're not requesting that you return the money. This is one of the most unusual money stories of the year, and I'm going to lay out exactly what's going on with these double stimulus payments, who qualifies, why the Treasury Department made this unprecedented move, and most importantly, what you need to do if you've gotten one of these payments or are still waiting for yours. The world of finance was left reeling yesterday when news started pouring onto social media that strange $9,700 deposits were being made into bank accounts across the country. At first, they were written off as possible scams, but the payments were soon verified to be actual IRS transactions, the result of a colossal processing glitch in their new stimulus payment system. As per internal reports that are now public, a serious software glitch happened when the latest economic stimulus payments were being batch processed. This error duplicated around 340,000 approved stimulus payments, which meant thousands of Americans received twice their planned stimulus payment. The mistake directly targeted families and individuals who were eligible for the full stimulus amount and who had received their initial payments via direct deposit between the dates of February 15th and February 22nd. The duplicate payments starting to reach accounts as of February 28th, sending waves of confusion through recipients. What is so remarkable about this circumstance is the Treasury Department's record response. During an earlier today press briefing, Treasury Secretary Janet Anderson made the surprising announcement that because of the administrative expense of reclaiming these funds and the present economic struggles many Americans are going through, the government has decided not to seek the return of these duplicate payments. Although they recognize this considerable processing mistake, they have concluded that the recovery cost would outweigh the gain. Anderson added that in appreciation of the current economic difficulties many families are experiencing, these duplicate payments are being looked at as extra economic relief. The recipients will not be asked to repay these amounts, nor will they incur any tax penalty on these payments. But what does that mean to you? The repeated payments are exactly going to people and households who were eligible for the maximum stimulus payment based on their income limit from their latest tax return. Singles with adjusted gross incomes of less than $75,000 and married couples filing jointly with incomes of less than $150,000 who got the largest payment are the main beneficiaries of these repeat funds. But if you haven't already gotten a double payment, are you likely to get one? That's where it gets tricky. IRS spokesman Michael Reynolds says the mistake was limited to certain processing batches and they've fixed the system glitch since then. That means if you haven't already gotten a duplicate payment by March 5th, chances are you won't be getting one. Yet, Reynolds added that there might still be a tiny percentage of further duplicate payments making their way through the banking system. Though they've caught and resolved the major issue, it is projected that there will be roughly an additional 15,000 duplicate payments still processing within the financial system, and which will turn up in accounts in the next 3 to 5 business days. The question on everyone's mind: is this money really free to spend with no strings attached? Legal experts say that the Treasury Department's formal announcement gives recipients a great level of protection. Harvard Law School professor Elizabeth Warren, an expert in bankruptcy and financial regulations, said that the Treasury's public announcement not to pursue recovery actually bars them from reversing their stance later. Once a government institution makes so stark a public proclamation regarding not accepting repayment, strong legal hurdles remain to turn this around. According to Warren, recipients can tend to spend the money without having to worry about future liability, particularly considering that explicit proclamation to the effect of no tax penalization will hold. However, the ethical factor is still left. Is it appropriate to keep money that you are aware of being mistakenly mailed to you? Finally, this is ultimately a personal choice, but it should be noted that numerous financial advisors are recommending recipients who don't require these funds donate at least a portion to local charities that aid those still reeling from economic duress, providing an added level of support to the community at large during these difficult times. And for those curious as to whether this is actually occurring or merely an elaborate scheme, the proof lies in front of your eyes. This is a genuine scenario validated by several government bodies, including the Treasury Department, the IRS, and even the White House, all of which have validated the mistake in public statements. Leading news media, such as CNN, Fox News, and CNBC, have reported the news with government validation. What's most fascinating in this case is how it brings to light vulnerabilities in our online financial system. This is not the first time errors have occurred in government payment systems, but it's definitely one of the largest in terms of monetary effect. For instance, in 2020, when the stimulus payments were done for the first time, some 1.1 million payments were made to the deceased, a different kind of error that caused numerous families to have to send money back. The main difference here is how the government reacted. Whereas past mistakes usually led to clawback initiatives, this instance is a significant policy change. Economic experts indicate that this move could be motivated by a number of factors, such as the exorbitant recovery, administrative expenses, the comparatively modest overall amount involved, around $3.3 billion in a multi-trillion-dollar budget, and political motivations as we approach midterm elections. If you've been sent one of these duplicate payments, financial advisors advise taking a number of cautious measures. First, make a record. Take a shot of the deposit in your account and keep records of any correspondence you get in regard to payment. Although Treasury has said that they will not pursue recovery, having records means extra security. Second, do not make rushed big purchases. Although the Treasury has announced that the money is yours to keep, experts advise waiting at least 30 days before making any significant financial moves on these surprise funds, giving time for any possible policy clarifications and to ensure that the deposit has cleared your bank completely. Third, watch out for scams. Whenever there's a big financial news story such as this, crooks are always going to attempt to take advantage of the confusion. Already, the IRS has warned about fake calls and emails from people who claim to be calling on behalf of the IRS or Treasury Department, requesting bank information or claiming to assist with these double payments. Keep in mind that government agencies won't call, text, or email you requesting personal financial data, so make sure to confirm any messages prior to acting. This case not only impacts individual families, but also speaks to the enormous size and complexity of government payment systems. The IRS makes hundreds of millions of payments annually, and a tiny fraction error rate can affect hundreds of thousands of Americans. The incident has already spurred demands for government financial systems modernization, because much of it is still using antiquated technology and processing techniques constructed years ago. Technology specialists say that the exact error that happened, duplicated processing of cleared payments, is an identified weakness in batch processing systems. New financial technology usually incorporates several verification layers precisely intended to avert such duplications, and this episode can speed up attempts already in progress to modernize these key government systems. In the future, this event affords valuable insights into future stimulus efforts. While there are no other stimulus packages pending before Congress, this scenario points out the strengths and weaknesses of our present distribution networks, as well as the profound effect direct payments from the government can have on individual families, especially those with lower and middle incomes. If you've gotten a duplicate stimulus payment of $9,700, you can keep and spend these funds without fear of repayment or tax penalties, the Treasury Department says. If you haven't gotten a duplicate payment but did get the original stimulus, it's doubtful you'll be getting a second one unless it comes by March 5th. But if you haven't already gotten any stimulus payment and you think you qualify, then make use of the IRS Get My Payment tool, or call their exclusive hotline number 1-800-900-1983 to get help further. In case you've learned something valuable, give a thumbs up like our video and subscribe to our channel to be well informed of financial information which may influence your bottom line. Have you also gotten a second payment? And what do you intend doing with these unexpected resources? Leave a comment below. I personally respond to comments and would enjoy hearing your thoughts. Your feedback assists in creating a more detailed conversation regarding these extraordinary financial occurrences and promotes a supportive community that fosters informed decision-making during economically difficult times.